That was that's the thing. And there's a manager change. We've had old players that have left, new players come in, manager change. I turn up in the middle of a Champions League, Saturday, Tuesday. We have pretty much the most unprecedented injury situation in that period in the Premier League. I think we played Newcastle before the break. We had no Kepa, no Reece James, no Chilwell, no Cucurella, no Fofana, no Kante, no Sterling, no Loftus-Cheek after 2 minutes, and no Azpilicueta. We lost 1-0. But that was where we were at. World Cup. Then the club invests a lot of money in the squad, which does that to the pressure, does that to the expectation, and does that to the noise. But the players that we've got, they're not 28-year-old, 400 game Premier League players. They're young players that you need to take time to adapt to. And at the same time, the injury situation that we had, we have to try and adapt and get them up to speed to play in the Premier League. That's the position that we've been in. We thought we were making progress, and then we had a first half against Southampton, the third game in a week, returning from a Champions League game that was below par, and then the sky can fall in. That's essentially how I could also say these are some of the facts, inconvenient facts, if you just say, no, he's no use. But that's the situation. Well, I mean, supporters, rightly so, are upset because we lose at home to Southampton, and supporters care. So when they're upset, they let their feelings known, and we expect that. That's been naive of myself to think that that's not a fair response. I've had a lot of support from the supporters as well, and whilst everyone would agree that we're not happy with the current situation and the current position, there's a lot of people also that recognise where we're at and what's happened and what the challenges have been for us. So in the meantime, I know that I can't do anything now. There's nothing I can say that's going to make the supporters, if they are against us, with us. The solution is you have to win football matches.
John Southall, 5 Live.
Okay, just a lot of the fans, how big an issue could that become? Because obviously you need time to build a side, but it's human nature, they want wins straight away.
Well, yeah, some do, and some I think are fair and understand the position. Like I said, if you lose 1-0 at home to Southampton, who are bottom of the league, and you're Chelsea, then you expect fans to be critical and voice their criticism. That's fair. There's no point me saying that that's not right. That's completely okay. And then it's about, okay, but how do you analyse the situation we're in now? How do you analyse what's happened this season? Are the factors that bring us to this point? And then you have to consider those as well. And like I said, you've got to hold the both positions. The results haven't been good enough. 1-0 at home to Southampton isn't good enough. You're entitled to be angry. My sort of response is, I think there are also things that are a contributing factor to that result as well.
So what would you say to them now? Would you say, just be patient? It is going to take a while.
No, I wouldn't say anything. Like I said, I'm not here to convince them. My actions have got to convince them. The team has got to convince them. We've got to win football matches because there's nothing I can say.
And how difficult is it, obviously, with the players that have come in? It's going to take time to blend aside, but you'll be the first to know, while you're trying to do that, you have to win games as well. Mm-hmm. How difficult is it for you? How tough is it?
Well, it's really tough. Like I said, I think my quote is, it's probably the toughest job in football. That was a few weeks ago. And there are lots of factors for that. And again, if you just take the season, a suboptimal pre-season, speaking to a couple of the experienced guys, sort of thought it was the worst pre-season they've had for different reasons. It's not to blame anybody for different reasons that happened.
What kind of reasons were they giving for that?
I don't think I want to speak about that. I think it's more just organisationally. It was for different reasons. The tour didn't quite work as well as they'd like, etc., etc. I wasn't there, so I can't say.